The Calgary Flames have placed veteran Jagr on waivers. Could this be the end of his NHL career? We will discuss that coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We review and discuss all 31 NHL teams, so if you're a huge hockey fan, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So the Calgary Flames have officially placed Jagr on waivers. So could this be the end of his NHL career? It's certainly been a long one and a great one, and regardless of what happens with this, he will certainly go down as one of the all-time greats. Obviously, there's only one player who scored more points in the history of the NHL, that's Wayne Gretzky. So Jagr is certainly up there amongst the all-time greats, and if this is the end, I would assume that he'll be fast-tracked right into the Hall of Fame. I'd hope there'd be an exception made for how long you have to wait to get into the Hall of Fame, and hopefully he could go in as soon as possible, because he certainly deserves it, playing the career as long as he has and as great as he has. However, it's been speculated for some time now that his relationship with the Calgary Flames would be coming to an end. We did a video on that a few weeks ago. If you missed that, you can check that out up here. There's a YouTube card with that video in it. We speculated then that the more than likely his time with Calgary was coming to an end, and as soon as he was healthy enough to play again, that he would be likely placed on waivers, either for termination or to be loaned to another team. So we'll see if he gets claimed or not. The cutoff will be tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Well, it will certainly be interesting to see if a team decides to pick him up, although his agent had already been previously given permission by the Flames to seek out a trade. I know the Flames had explored trade options themselves, and they gave his agent permission to go ahead and try that as well. And with no real offers or bites being available, it seems unlikely that anybody would put in a claim to take him off waivers, but you just never know. And when you're talking about a waiver claim, obviously they don't have to give up any other assets to make that move, so maybe somebody might be willing to take a chance on him for the rest of the year through waivers, but we'll see. I would say that more than likely that's not going to happen, but what do you think? Leave a comment down below. Between now and noon Eastern tomorrow, do you think it's possible that a team puts in a claim and takes Jagr on for the rest of the season? So let me know your thoughts, and if so, what team do you think might be a good fit for him? I mean, he's, for the first time in his career, he's had a hard time staying healthy, and he just didn't quite fit the role that the Flames had in mind. I know when he first signed in Calgary, I was quite optimistic that things would work out and that he'd have a pretty good season there in Calgary. He'd be a great leader to the younger core players like Monahan and Gaudreau, etc., you know, to help kind of mentor them along and help build them up even more. And, you know, really it just hasn't worked in Calgary. And a lot of it had to do with his health issues for sure. Jagr doesn't have to go through unconditional waivers for the purpose of being bought out of his contract. So because of that, when he clears waivers tomorrow, assuming he does, he can be loaned to another team to finish out the season. So the most likely scenario is that he gets loaned back to his hometown team back in the Czech Republic, where he played as a teenager, and finishes out the season there. Now, going into next year, it's hard to say. Does Jagr officially retire from hockey, or does he continue to play in Europe? But if he doesn't catch on with another NHL team here now, I think it's pretty safe to say that his NHL career is more than likely over. So as I mentioned before, regardless if Jagr gets picked up or not, he's had a storybook career in NHL. Certainly no question about it that he's one of the all-time greats. I hope he gets fast-tracked into the Hall of Fame. He certainly deserves that for sure. So certainly leave some comments down below. Is this the end for Jagr? Don't forget as well to follow us on social media. You're going to see our Twitter handle right here. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. All of our social media links are down below in the description. Certainly check those accounts out. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time.